Hey everyone, so today I'm doing a lip swatch video on the kind of new MAC liquid lipsticks. These are called the Retro Matte Liquid Lip Colors and they're like a matte liquid lipstick. I've never worn these before. I am trying on each shade for the first time in this video with you guys. I'll do like a little mini review on how I think they apply and everything, of course, as per normal. I believe I am missing one shade, which I did purchase, but I think it's still on the way to me. I'm not quite sure which shade I'm missing, but we will figure it out. So there's 15 shades. I believe these are permanent now, and it looks like there's a good range between like reds, purples, pinks, nudes. There's a little bit of an orangey color. There's actually quite a lot of reds. There's like a really dark burgundy. So without further ado, I'm just gonna jump straight in and get started. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna tell you how much they cost first. So I'm reading this off someone's blog. They said they cost $20 US each or $24 Canadian. Not quite sure how much they cost in New Zealand. With the packaging, I have to be honest, at first when I first saw this, I thought it was absolutely hideous. It's like an elongated MAC lipstick. It's got the same kind of lid, same shape, but then it's a bit longer, and then obviously this part here is clear so you can see each color inside. It's kind of grown on me. I don't know what it is, but I don't think they're as ugly anymore as I first thought. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think it's cool packaging or ugly packaging? This makeup tutorial, I'll link down below. Okay, now we can move on. Alright, I have removed as much of this lipstick I was wearing as I possibly can. I'm going to start from the most nude colours and kind of work my way up. I'm going to start with the shade Mademoiselle, and this is like a kind of coral nude, I would say. When you open them up, the applicator looks like this. It's like one of those little kind of oval, spongy kind of applicators. It's really easy to apply. The formula is quite moussey. Very creamy feeling, like it's not sticky in the slightest. So that is the shade in Mademoiselle. It's a little bit bright. It's not completely nude, like it's not a light skin tone kind of nude. Well, depending on what your skin tone is. On me, it's a little bit darker than my skin tone, as you can see, but I don't know, I quite like it. Actually, the more it dries down, the more kind of peachy coral it looks. It doesn't really look nude at all, so disregard me. Now that it's dried down, it's not sticky at all. I feel like this particular shade is a little tiny bit patchy, so it probably requires a little bit more work to make sure it's super even, but overall the colour's really pretty. It feels so comfortable on the lips. So yeah, once again, that's called Mademoiselle. Next up, we're going to do the shade In Vogue, and this again kind of looks like a peachy nude colour. Less corally orange though than Mademoiselle. Mademoiselle's a little bit more orange, as you can see. This In Vogue is a little bit more peachy, pinky peachy coral. I actually love the applicator, like it's so good, it's so easy. So that's what In Vogue looks like. I really like this one. I think I like it a little bit more than the last one. It's a little bit more wearable because it's a little bit more, I guess, pinky rather than super orange. So once again, that is In Vogue. Next I'm going to do the shade Rich and Restless, which kind of looks like a salmon pink kind of colour. It's quite warm toned. I really like the look of this one, so hopefully it looks good on. I have to say, these feel like one of the thinnest consistencies of liquid lipstick, especially a matte liquid lipstick, that I've tried. I can imagine them feeling a little bit drying the longer you wear them. It doesn't really feel like a hydrating kind of formula, but they're definitely not like super tacky, sticky to my lips kind of feeling. I don't think that'd be too bad. It's definitely halfway between like a pink and like a peachy color. It's a very salmony kind of pink. It's quite bright as well. I really like this one. So once again, that is called Rich and Restless. Even when it's dry, it feels like absolutely nothing. By the way, I'm removing these with like a little bit of my lip balm. A little cotton round. Next, I'm going to do the shade Divine. I like that name. This looks like a really cool tone kind of pink. It's got that slight tinge of purple to it. It kind of matches my nails, except it's not as bright. This is another one that I think would require a little bit more work because it is such a light creamy colour. It's a little bit patchy compared to some of the other shades, but the colour is so pretty. Side note as well, they dry down so friggin' fast. I reckon it only takes like 20 seconds for them to be completely dry, but I feel like they are quite buildable. Like if I just apply, like that's completely dry. Yeah, I can still apply product on top of it and it doesn't feel heavy. And it doesn't go all like cakey looking. You know, some liquid lipsticks, you layer them and they just go real cakey and kind of clumpy. This one looks fine. Yep, I love the formula so far. Obviously I don't know how long they last on your lips, although I've heard they last really well. Maybe I'll do like a little first impression at the end of the video and see how long they last throughout the day, because I'd be interested to know. So far the formula is like amazing. So yeah, anyways, that is Divine. I really like it. The only difference with layering them, feels a little bit tackier. Next up, I'm going to do the shade To Matte with Love, and it looks like quite a warm kind of darker bold pink. It's described as a bright raspberry, which I suppose makes total sense now that I read that. Ooh, pretty. This one is super even. This application is getting out of control. It's super bad. I don't know what happened. Really, really bad application. My lip is not like halfway up my cheek. Let's just redo that. That is To Matte with Love. It's a beautiful color. They say raspberry. I guess it's like a raspberry color, but also kind of not. There's my wise words of the day. Next up, I'm going to do the shade Personal Statement. I just put on more foundation around my mouth because my makeup was rubbing off everywhere. So Personal Statement looks like a slightly brighter pink than the last one. Still quite cool toned, and it is described as a shocking pink. Yes. Love it. Already love it. This is beautiful. It's quite neon while still being quite bold. What I mean by that is sometimes neon pinks are quite, I guess, more bright than bold. Does that make sense? Like neons can be quite like intense like this, like quite creamy colored, whereas this is like a darker but still bright color. It's bold, it's bright, it's amazing. I love it. Probably my favorite one so far. Again, it's called Personal Statement. Next up is the shade Tailored to Tease, and this one is kind of more of a purpley pink color. It's described as a bright fuchsia. It's a little bit more purpley than pink, I think. Yeah. So that's what Tailored to Tease looks like. It's kind of like a boysenberry kind of purpley color. Definitely got that hint of pink in it, but I would definitely say it's more purple than just fuchsia. On me anyway. That is Tailored to Tease. I don't know why I said it like that. These lip swatch videos are an absolute mess to film. Funnily enough, they're actually one of my favorite videos to film as well, but they are such a pain in the ass. But I love them because I just love lipstick so much, and I like editing them too. They're one of my favorites. Next I'm going to go with the shade Recollection, which is a true kind of cool tone purple. It's described as an intense bright violet. I don't know how I feel about this color. It's a little bit patchy, this one. I mean, it's definitely bright and fun, but I don't really know if it's my cup of tea. It makes my teeth look kind of green. That is called Recollection. Next up is the shade Oh Lady. This one looks like a dark kind of raspberry color. Oh, this is pretty. I feel like this color is a little bit patchy as well. That's what Oh Lady looks like. For anyone that loves a dark, bold lip, it's definitely really pretty. Just need to layer it up a little bit to make it less streaky. Next is High Drama, and this is the darkest shade I think they have. High Drama is described as a deep, dark plum. Whoa, that is very dark. Again, this one is a little bit patchy. As they kind of go matte, they do kind of even out a little bit. It's like they kind of like, the color kind of flattens and looks a little bit more even, but you definitely need a little bit of care with these super dark colors for some reason. It's a beautiful color. I really like it. I actually really like it with this eye makeup as well. I think that looks quite cool and vampy. So yeah, once again, that's called High Drama. It's definitely an unexpected love. Now I'm going to go to the darkest red and move down to the orange. So the darkest red I have here is called Dance With Me, and it is described as a deep cranberry red. The scent of these is a very faint kind of vanilla smell. It's not very intense at all. This one goes on so much more even than those other purpley colors. So that is what Dance With Me looks like. Really pretty. It's a really, really deep red, but it still has a kind of tinge of brightness to it. So yeah, that's called Dance With Me. The next one I have here is called Feels So Grand, and this is described as a deep true red. It's definitely a little bit lighter than the last one, but not a lot lighter, just a little bit. Yep, it's definitely just a true red. I don't really know what else to say about it. It's pretty, and it went on really evenly as well. So yeah, that is called Feels So Grand. Next one I have here is called Fashion Legacy, and here it is described as an intense fire truck red, which I would agree with. It's a very bright one. I think it's the brightest red of all of them. I'm so bad with reds. Like when it comes to nudes, I can tell them all apart. When it comes to reds, I don't know, I'm just not as good. I can't really tell them apart. Unless they're like quite obviously blue toned or really warm toned. I can tell then, but honestly these last three to me look very similar, so I guess heaps of you guys will be able to tell the difference though. Maybe when I edit the video I'll be able to see the difference better, probably. So that is Fashion Legacy. Fashion Legacy is here, and then in the middle is Feels So Grand, and then the other one is Dance With Me. So you can see they are definitely very different. Dance With Me is definitely the darkest, as I already said, but the actual tones of them are quite similar. Fashion Legacy is leaning a little bit more orange than Feels So Grand. So once again, that is Fashion Legacy. And then the last one is definitely a lot more orange. It's called Quite the Standout, and if I compare it to Fashion Legacy, you can see it's another step orange. It is absolutely beautiful. It's super wearable, super bright. I love it. So yeah, that is the last one. I'll come back later on and we'll see how well it lasts. I'm just gonna wait for it to completely dry for a few more seconds and I'll do a little kiss test. Alright, let's do this. So my hand is clean, as you can see. There's a tiny bit in the middle. So right on the inner rim, some came off, but nothing from the outside. Pretty kiss proof, not completely. So what's the time? It is 3:30. I'll come back in a bunch of hours. I don't know how long I'm gonna wait, but I'll just come back later on this afternoon or tonight and show you how it wears so we can see if it lasts a long time too. See you soon. Hey guys, so it is now 6:30. So it's only been on for a few hours, but I wanted to come and update you because I am going to be removing my makeup now because I'm going on a bike ride and I don't want to wear makeup while I'm on my bike ride. I can't even talk. I just ate dinner. Literally finished eating 3 minutes ago or something. I had a very saucy stir fry with noodles, so it was a good test. I kind of have some like food stuck to my lipstick. I'm just going to do a little kiss test. Transferred a tiny bit more this time, but it's still quite, you know, set in place. I have noticed it's worn off right in here, but the colour more or less has stayed put. So that was pretty good. I was actually expecting it to come off a lot worse off than this. I thought it would be all over my face after that meal, so I'm happy. And it hasn't faded at all. As you can see, the colour is just as vibrant and pigmented as when I put it on. So overall, I'm really happy. I'm pretty confident that this would last a lot longer as well. Definitely search some reviews if you are after something that's going to last you all day long. Obviously, I'm not quite sure because I'm going to wash it off now. I'm going to go now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know down below what your favourite shade was. I would love to hear from you. Let me know if you end up buying any for yourself. Send me photos. Have a fantastic day and I'll talk to you soon. Bye! Hey everyone, so today's video is a really nice, chill, get ready with me video on this really fresh look that I decided to do for a day trip to Wellington a couple of weeks ago actually. It's a little bit of an older footage collection. I don't know how to say it. Anyways, if you want to see how to do this makeup look, stay tuned. So first off,